Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Mr. President, I'm poor and unemployed. What am I going to do?
Shut up.
Is this another reporter? I suppose you want a statement. Oh, wait a minute. Here he is now. It's the Cleveland Courier, the 5th paper that's called this morning.
That settles that.
Well, I don't think that was necessary.
But highly satisfactory.
I'm waiting for the President of the United States. It's going to come running along this towpath here. You know how we know that? We listen to Secret Service radios. You know why the President is not going to come by here? They listen to our radios.
How can we bring the change that is needed? And as I pondered that question, from the depths of my soul, I felt these words: let Reagan be Reagan.
There are two major promises he has not been able to keep, and those are the promises to put more Americans back to work, and the second promise is the promise to, what is that second promise? Deficits, budget, balance the budget, that's right.
The government's index of leading economic indicators has the government cheering tonight.
The baby's gonna eat, the baby's gonna eat. Hi-ho, the Mario, the baby's gonna eat. Hey, we gotta celebrate.
I'll have another drink of that fine Irish whiskey. Ladies and gentlemen, I think all of you join me in thanking our friends from Austria in bringing this display, but that magnificent stallion, Amadeus, is a gift to the people of the United States. Well, it is particularly fitting that this is the first time this has ever happened on the White House lawn. Just a minute. I know I'm talking too long. I'll make it short.
You're looking blooming.
Oh, I'm fine. You been getting any lately?
Overtime, you mean?
Yeah.
We've learned a new thing about the press. This is one of the cameras here, I understand, from CBS. They never come to cover news or to report anything. They come in case I stumble and fall and make a fool of myself, and then they report it. No good news is ever reported by CBS, so
That's so full of shit.
Gentlemen, I think this is the craziest kind of journalism I have ever observed.
I wanted to ask you, when you went over the ranch there, I was worried about one of the horses. How did they look?
During the primary campaign, you criticized Governor Reagan for what you called his voodoo economics.
God, I wish I hadn't said that. But go ahead.
Several years ago, when Lyndon Johnson was vice president, we wondered how many people knew who he really was. So we sent people out on the street to ask the question, who is Lyndon Johnson?
Do you know who Lyndon Johnson is?
No. Am I supposed to know? Sounds like a noteworthy person.
Of course, now, many years later, people are more politically aware. So we sent people out on the street to ask that very same question, who is George Bush?
There's a George Bush. I was just thinking in San Jose.
Now, Bush, that sounds like somebody that's in politics. The guy that's running for city council.
He is a distributor of alcoholic beverages here in Monterey. Who is George Bush?
He's a politician.
Politician.
Isn't he?
I don't know. Oh, he's the vice president of the United States.
Who's Ronald Reagan?
Mr. Speaker, members, I spent the early part of this week meeting with the economic advisors to the Republican candidates for president, as well as the Democratic candidates for president, and they have given me a three-step program that will cure inflation. I hope that you all join me in this program, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Personally, I think he's a pain in the ass.
I would be happy to give an additional minute to one of the gentlemen on this side and then yield back the balance of the time. I recognize the gentleman from Louisiana.
Take the time and shove it.
Gentleman from Louisiana. Mr. Speaker, I do yield back the balance. Mr. Speaker.
Chair didn't hear the gentleman from Louisiana.
I ask unanimous consent for 2 additional minutes. I object.
When I offer amendments, whether it's on farm subsidies or anything else, I've got the guts to stand up here and demand a roll call. And you should have demanded a roll call, and I thought you would have demanded a roll call. No, I don't yield. I yield to the chair. You admitted why. You gave your reasons why. Because the leadership whipped you to death, and you bled, and you cried, and you said, Mr. Leader, I'm with you.
Will the gentleman
I don't yield any further. And the gentleman from California, again. First of all, he does not ask for a roll call on a biomedical amendment. And secondly, he says that he offered an amendment to help the poor people on Medicare, and now he says, because the leadership put the whip to him, the hell with him.
We carry on like this all the time, and
We've been impressed.
it may come as a shock to you people who are out in the real world of what really happens, but occasionally do something, you know, not too often. I think the House has passed National Peach Month this year, and we're going to act on it soon.
May I ask you what was accomplished by this briefing today?
I'm not going to talk about it. It's highly secret. I'm not going to talk to you about things like that. You know that.
Why was there no report on what the U.S. is going to do?
I'm not going to talk to you about it, God damn it. Not at all. Not at all.
Seriously, Senator, did this make any difference to the prospects for the Pentagon's budget?
I'm not going to talk about it, gentlemen. Now, God damn it, it's top secret. Get it through your heads. I'm not a good leaker.
Gentlemen, I feel like pizza. Big, fat, crusty pizza. We're going to get everyone's order here. Representative Wright. Anchovies. An anchovy count. One. No garlic.
How would you sum up your day here, sir?
Boring. Senator Byrd was combing his hair. Senator Baker was trying to get taller. And Senator Muskie was walking around with gloves and a hat on saying, "Is it snowing?" So I think they all want to be put in a home and stop bothering the nation.
Close your eyes. Yeah, George, man, it's getting late. Mate, I know it's getting late, but this looks like dog shit.